Alright, these are my real red-eye albinos, my trio. Got them in a 20-gallon long or 20-gallon high, with some guppy grass, a sponge filter, and just some pea gravel I picked up from Lowe's with some oyster shell chicken grit that I washed out, keep my pH about 7.4 when it usually is below 7, and they're doing pretty good. I've already seen some mating going on here, so hopefully in a little bit we'll have some fry. And here I have my black Moscows. Same kind of setup, except I got some Java moss in there. And I've got a breeder box with about 20 fry in it. And probably about another week I'll take them out of that breeder box and let them go ahead and mingle in the main tank. I was just trying to give them a little head start. I plan on raising all of these tanks as colonies, but I wanted to get a good population before I just threw the babies into the mix. And those little orange cylinder type things you see in the back are some old filter media from my established tanks. And I just threw that in there to kind of help seed the tank. But, yep. Seen a lot of spawning action in here, actually. Now this is not a full black, he's got a white belly. But they're kind of hard to find unless you want to pay $60 to $100 for a trio. So, yeah. Now this next tank are my real red-eyed white albinos. Now I have a trio in here. These guys are kind of skittish. I've got guppy grass, kind of the same setup. Trying to do this stuff on a budget. But yeah, they're really skittish. They like to hide. Seen some mating action as well with these guys. I have another female. I don't know where she is. They like to sit down in these rocks and really camouflage really well in these rocks. Probably not the best choice, but you know, got a couple bags of pea gravel and I'm just going to use them in all the tanks. So I don't know about these guys. They're not my favorite, but they are a beautiful fish. They have blue highlights in their finnage. So they're pretty. They're just real skittish. They're the most skittish of all the guppy that I have. Now down here, I got to get low because I have all the way down. I have guppy grass and I've got blue matrix Moscows. Now you're not going to be able to tell the color on these guys from that far back. I'll have to do another video showing that, but he is very blue. Very beautiful fish. Very, very, very active. And definitely breeding. But I also have babies with these guys. I got some fry in here and kind of doing the same thing. Sorry about the camera, but I got about, I don't know, about 25 in the breeder box, but also there are several still down in the tank. Let me see if I can find it. They like to hang around in this filter here. Sorry about the glass. I haven't cleaned the glass in a while. There's one right there. Just kind of hanging out low. They're about a week old. Actually, both my breeder boxes are about a week old. So, very vibrant feeders. And then I have two other tanks that are really cloudy. Of course, I'm not using the same filter. I'm using the coarse filters on this one, and I've just got some 24 karat gold white clouds in there. Gosh, I lost it there for a second. And I've got 6 of those in there. It's kind of the same thing here. I've got 6 of them in here as well. Kind of just cycling the tank. They've been in there for about 2 weeks. Ammonia's good, nitrate's good. But yeah, those are my Guppy tanks, or some of my Guppy tanks. I'm just gonna get up and back up away from this to kind of see what I'm using here. It's just a stand that I got from Home Depot. It's rated for 1,000 pounds of shelf, and I just took some foam padding and put it down on top of the shelf. And I did not get the particle board kind. If you look underneath, I got the one with the steel grate there. Didn't trust the particle board. And I'm running some Aquatop AP100s. I've got 3 of them running these 6 tanks. I think that might be a little overkill, so I'll probably splice and try to get it down to maybe 2 or 1, because these are supposed to be rated for 100 gallons and these are 20-gallon tanks, so probably 2. But doing pretty good. There's my little fry food I'm using, first bites to feed the fish. I got some microworms coming. I'm going to start a microworm culture. Might shoot a video on that. So those are my Guppy tanks, and then I've made me some tops, just some tops out of some greenhouse paneling. Seemed to work pretty good, and I just got some simple Beams Work 24-inch lights. Cost me about 20 bucks a piece on eBay. Running them off a timer, running about 8 hours a day. I've got some more Java moss coming in. I'm gonna get rid of some of this Guppy grass. I think I'm gonna take them out of my main breeder tanks because I just don't like the way it looks. I love that green Java moss compared to that yellowish Guppy grass there. I have 2 strands coming in this week. Some platinum big ear red mosaics. I've got 3 trios of that, and I've got 2 trios of black lace guppies coming in, and I will be shooting an unboxing of that. Kind of starting a channel here of my progress with breeding. All these tanks I plan on breeding these specific strains. Also going to get some shrimp to put in the tanks with them and kind of breed those. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do breeding for profit or if I'm just going to be doing it because I like to do it. I've been in the hobby now for a couple years. Started out with a 75, and I love to do that, so I figure I would take the plunge and start building up a fish room. Gives me something to do, keeps me busy. So yeah. So now I'm just going to kind of move over here to my 75-gallon planted tank. This is my first tank. A little bald spot there is where I had some plants that had to pull out. They stopped growing for whatever reason, and I put in some Rotala magenta, and you can kind of see it coming up back there. It's doing pretty good. Nice coloration on that. I got some Java fern, pygmy chain sword, some Crip Wendiddy, some, I'm not sure, that's Guppy grass. That stuff grows like crazy. Just some mixed Rotala, some stargrass, some more mixed Rotala, and some Bacopa. Got a couple of Siamese algae eaters, some dwarf neons. I got a pair of Bosmanis in here. I've got some gold tetras. I got my celestial pearl danios. They're my favorite. I got a colony of about 20 in there. They love to hang out in that Guppy grass. I think that's how you pronounce it. Also got some red chili enders, red chili rasboras, and they hide in that grass as well. I never see them, but every once in a while. But they're still in there because I keep still seeing them. So, yep. I run pressurized CO2 on this tank. You see some purling going on. Really see it in this grass over here. Copa's doing well. Everything is doing pretty good. Got a trio of high fin blue coral platies. One of my favorites. I let them breed in here, kind of let nature take its course. A couple of zebra loaches. I've got two yo-yo loaches as well. Pygmaeus rainbows. Got about 5 of those in there. They spawn in there. Of course, the eggs don't last long with all the other fish, but they spawn regularly. Don't have enough tanks to set up. I'd like to do that at one time, but kind of picture from the top here. Very densely planted. I have to cut this down once a week, but my wife usually does that. That's one of her things that she loves to do with this tank, to manicure it. And on to the last 2 that I have right now. I've got 2 10-gallons here. I've got some Petco blue Moscows with some pygmy cories. Now I also have about 50 pygmy cories in this tank as well. Sponge filter and a hang-on back filter running on this tank. I have 2 females in here. I'm not sure where the other one is. Sometimes she hangs out back here. Yep, down there, hanging out. For whatever reason, the last couple of days she's been doing that. I hope she's not sick. I've got a little glare on this, I'm sorry. I've had those 2 females for about 7 months with no male, because when I bought the male with these 2, he didn't make it through the night. But these 2 males, it took me about a year to get 2 more blue Moscow from the same wholesaler. Hopefully they're the same gene, but I'm gonna let them breed anyway. Got guppy grass in there. I'm gonna let that stay. I've also got some floating plants. I've been wanting to breed these for a while. They're pretty blue. I should probably clean my glass before I do a video, but anyway. Down here I just have some Petco stock. I'm not even sure the name of the guppy, but I thought they were pretty. And I've got some high fin blue coral platy fry in here that are about 2 months old. I also have some salt and pepper cory cats, and if you can see right here, they are laying eggs. I've got a couple of batches. There's another. I got some on the side glass and some on the side glass there and some on the back, and that's all within the last day and a half. So we'll see how those do. So far the guppies nor the platies have messed with the eggs. But this is a little cloudy because I just added all the chicken grit. Now I use chicken grit because it's much cheaper than crushed coral. I can get 50 pounds for $7 at Tractor Supply, and it's pure calcium. It does not lose its, as far as I know, it does not lose its ability to buffer because it's just straight calcium, and it dissolves, and then once it's gone, you just replace it. As far as I know, that's what I read. I thought I'd give it a try. It seems to be working pretty good. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's about 15 minutes now, and appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. I got to unboxing some plants probably today, and I'll do an unboxing of the fish that I get this week. Thank you.